With Leah, I mean, we've all seen the video now. I saw the post race interview, and I think in the interview she mentioned afterwards the thing that she most wanted to do was talk to you, right?
Yeah.
And she hits the barrier with two to go. She catches back up, but runs out of gas. When she comes to you to have that conversation, I mean, what are you drawing on to find the right words in that situation? Because you're relatively new at coaching. You've been around running though for decades. Like, how do you find the right thing to say in that situation?
I honestly, I don't think I said anything. I just grabbed her and hugged her for a long time. And um, like there was nothing to say, like in the moment, like I think, afterwards, later on, we talked, but like there was nothing to say. Like she just, it was devastating, but like, but I think we knew that she was fit, and so that's the hardest part is not, like, and that is the Olympic trials for the U.S. Like doesn't matter what happens. Like if you're sick, or you're injured, or
Mhm.
you fall, or whatever it is, it's cutthroat. It's top three no matter what, and so um, she got back, like after a couple days, we had the opportunity that she's going to run Stockholm this weekend. And, part of me wondered, is she going to, like, getting back up for that? She invested, like she was 100% in, and vision, like she was ready to make the team. So, but she also knows like she's in the best shape she's ever been in. And so that was the hard in the moment. And so when I grabbed her, I hugged her, and I just held her for 10 minutes probably. And I mean, just we just sat there and cried, and it was hard to watch that go by. And then afterwards we were walking, it was just me and her walking back to the on house, and we knew everybody was going to be there, and
Mhm.
we just walked, just the two of us, quietly, and just talked about, like, she's like, it feels like someone died, like it just, and I was like, it is kind of like that. I mean, it's probably going to hurt for a long time, you'll think about this you might think about this every day, um, but time will heal all wounds, like it does, and I think so. What happened afterwards for her was, there's some self reflection too on how far she's come, and I tell her that even now. I was like, look, you're 28, like you didn't run much, very well for 4 years, like you're back to that place now. There's no reason that this can't be your time.
Mhm.
And so I know it's hard to watch it go by, but the difference between now and 2016, 5 years ago for her, is that she's walking away healthy, in the best shape of her life, excited, versus being broken and not knowing where she's going. And so, yeah, that's just hard to watch it go by, though. But then those minutes, I think I don't know. I don't know. I cried for hours that night. Probably. I just couldn't stop. I'd think about it. I'd see her. I'd just see other people, and I think there's just a lot of emotional investment.
Mhm.
Especially like for me with watching her go from where she was to where she is now. It's like I wanted her to have that moment, but I'm also I'm just proud of where she's at now.
Did any of your experiences running, any of your results bring out that sort of emotion in your career?
I mean, getting fourth at the marathon trials for me was similar. I think, I come back from two surgeries and things like that. And to get fourth, but I got fourth, getting beat by people like I just, like Abdi and Meb and Ryan, they beat me on that day, and that was hard. And for her, like that's part of the steeplechase, is like you have to be focused, you have to be like rated to the end. It's just a different variable in the race, and her fitness was there, and I think like momentary lapses of focus can sometimes be catastrophic in that event. And but she rallied back, and and I know that her fitness is good, and so that in that way it's similar to mine. I knew my fitness was good, and I came back and I made the Olympic team in the 10K.
Mhm.
I had to, but it was literally, I think I took one day off, and I was like back to training. And so I'm proud to see where she's at too, doing the same thing. She's like, she knows she's fit. So what can we do right now? Like we can go over and we can run this Diamond League race that we're going to have a great opportunity to run well against a great field. I mean that's what best athletes do. That Kate Grace just yesterday ran
Mhm.
157. Like after thinking she was in the final, thought she'd make the 800 team, and you fly over 2 days later and you crush it. And that's what and so I think that it's not always the right plan to just move on to something else, but when you're fit and you can have perspective, you
Mhm.
can use that. You can also use that energy, like you know, for a small period of time. Eventually, you know, like that pain wears off. But if you could harness that energy, you can do something really good, you know, and I think I'm hoping that she'll go there and do that.
Mhm.